And hey, hello there folks, it's me RJB from RJB TV, and I had this lying around in my folders. Cross playing against Trisha, one of the best players on US West. Cross, really good talented player, has a lot of potential to grow and really make some waves, leave a mark on fastest map. And Trisha, one of the currently no longer one of the best fastest 1v1 players in Korea, but he used to be a very good 1v1 player on the Korean server, on fastest. But he's had some long periods of inactivity, so his skill has gone down a little bit. I would say probably on the level of Cross at this point, at the point that it was played. I'm not sure how this was played, what the results are, I've got no idea. I just know that they played. I helped them play against each other by having them meet each other. So I set up the meeting between the two, and then they played a bunch of games, and I had the replays lying around. So I thought, you know what, I want to cast it. I want to just show off what Cross has got, because he's a good player, and I just want to see how good his 1v1 is, because I've played him 1v1 myself. I've won some, I've lost a couple more than I've won. Overall, I was very impressed when I played him. I've also played with him, he's a very good player. I really just want to see this guy grow and shine and really show what he's got, what his talent has, because I think he's one of the players who is the most promising in my opinion. He's got so much talent. I really would like to see him grow and show that talent and have it come to fruition. I've said it like 3 times already in this video. Just have to fill the time. So we've got Burger King 1, and as you might have noticed, that is in fact Cross. The name Burger King 1, that is Cross, and the player Legend RJB TV. I've said it before, it's not me, it's Trisha. One other time, it was Lee Baku using this name. And I just want to highlight, I never asked them to, okay? I never asked them to play with my name. They just made a name on their own account and decided to have some fun with it. And I mean, they can do that, I don't mind. They got all the right to use my name. I don't have a copyright on my name. It's a little bit inconvenient though, because sometimes people think it's actually me, but it's actually not me, okay? It's definitely not me. Just want to really hammer that down. It's not me. So, Trisha here starts with a double gateway into a Nexus because he's on the middle spawn location. Goes for a pretty early gas. And then we have him going for some Zealot aggression on Cross, who went for a supply depot barracks. So he has fewer Marines than he would probably have had if he had gone for... Hey, let me just check the sound settings real quick. The digital volume is pretty high. But all the way down there, music volume a little bit higher. Right here. This should be the exact correct settings for the sound. So yeah, the Zealot pressure is in advantage and in favor of Trisha, because we saw that Cross went for a supply depot barracks, which means he has fewer Marines than if he had gone for the barracks before the supply depot, which is making this defense a little bit hard to pull off, but he's making it work. But Trisha has some pretty good Zealot control and is getting quite a lot of Marine kills, and Cross actually made a pretty big mistake by deciding not to fire back and having all of his Marines walk to the south, because the Marines got clumped up. When the Marines get clumped up, the Zealots get free firing time on the Marines, but the Marines are not fighting back. So Trisha really gets a very efficient exchange there, gets way more kills on the Marines than he should have. And the more Marines die for Cross, the harder the game becomes. Because now Trisha is already, I think Trisha is already snowballing his advantage over Cross. Now Cross gets a very late academy, his minerals are pretty high, he's not making SCVs, he's focused on the micro, he's very focused on the micro. And I mean, it happens to me too, like where I am so focused on the micro that I'm not really spending my minerals or building the things I have to build. It's very difficult to do when you're getting beaten down like this. This is a pretty tough early game here for Cross. Pretty tough early game for Cross. He's now also supply blocked. He's waiting for 2 supply depots to finish up, but at the moment, he's not producing anything. We already have the double robo on the way there for Trisha, which is going to hit Cross really hard, because Cross will not be able to properly build up an army at this point. He's losing so much here in the back. There's an overpowering force of zealots. Now he does have 2 SCVs there to repair the bunker. Fire bats are spawning, and Stim is on the way. Medics are on the way as well. So he will be able to recover here, but he lost all the Marines. He lost all the Marines. Defending is going to be very difficult, because Trisha has been fighting with the zealots for quite a long time, but hasn't really lost his zealots. Most of the zealots he's had built so far are still alive. So he has a huge army advantage, a huge fighting power advantage over Cross. He's done an amazing job of keeping Cross's unit count very low. And the lower that unit count is when the shuttle and the Reaver arrive, the higher the chances are that Cross is going to die to the attack. So that was a very fortunate chain of events for Trisha. Some really good control, and sadly some miscontrol there by Cross. Now he's adding on more barracks. He has to go for the barracks defense, because having lost that many Marines that early on, you have to build a total of 5, even 6 barracks in order to produce enough Marines, enough medics to defend yourself against the very strong fighting force that Trisha has. Now Trisha is going for a choke just to be safe, and he has the shuttle finished up and the 2 Reavers on the way, and shuttle speed is just starting. He's now going for, he's got triple gateways, a triple gateway production. He did not go for zealot speed, does not have a Citadel of Adun. He's really just focused on slow zealots and a double Reaver shuttle attack either on the front or on the backside. Not sure where he's going to go just yet. Now Cross is scrambling to build a wall in the front. He has to build a wall in the front. He needs supply depots. He needs bunkers right there in the front. In order... Oh, we got a fire bat start running in to kill some probes. They will arrive on the scene. Probes are trying to run to safety. 3 probes go down. The other fire bats kill a couple probes on the gas, but most of the probes stay alive. Trisha still has a worker lead over Cross. Now Cross, having a double command center, is slightly pulling back up onto Trisha's worker lead, although at the moment he's not producing SCVs. He's focused on preparing the front door. That's more important at the moment, because the front door is where Trisha is attacking. Now he didn't build a full complete wall, because he has this supply depot, no, this bunker slightly placed incorrectly, so he's taking a lot of damage in the front. Luckily, a lot of zealots did die, and the zealots don't have speed. Huge scare pit, they're in the front. He has to retreat all the way to the backside. He has to retreat all the way to the back. Tank is almost finished. The tank might be a saving grace, but siege mode is still on the way. He's going to try to kill some of these zealots in the front, maybe. They're all on low HP at this point. The shuttle and the Reaver are still at full HP. More zealots arriving on the scene. There's still no zealot speed there for Trisha. He's getting... Oh, the tank takes a shot. Takes a second shot, but stays alive. A couple Marines went down. The zealots get split up. The zealots getting split up is a huge win for Cross, because this allows him to focus fire on the shuttle without the zealots attacking the Marines. But not a shuttle that arrives on the scene, but a Reaver inside tries to go in all the way, but cannot go in all the way. Unloads. There's 3 Reavers in the front. 3 Reavers in the front. Holy Jesus. Trisha is really laying down the law at the moment. Tank on the top goes down, has to pick up. Okay, he's going to try to chase down the shuttle. Shuttle stays alive, and so do the Reavers. The Marines in the back are getting microed very well. But oh god, Cross is having a very difficult game. He went for a 3rd command center, and I'm not sure that is the correct choice here, because he needs to put those minerals into Marines, into defense, into turrets, into bunkers, not into a command center. The command center, not a great choice. Also, we can see that he hasn't produced any SCVs since the fight started. He's fallen behind to 20 worker difference. Another Reaver shuttle arrives. Trisha is just so strong in the early game. The mid game and the early game, Trisha is a really good expert at exactly that part of the game. So the zealots there are getting escorted by this Reaver shuttle, or the other way around. A couple more Marines go down. Really good control there. He loses the shuttle, and he's going to lose the Reaver as well. Trisha makes a mistake. That worked out in favor of Cross, but Cross is still a little bit behind on Trisha. But Trisha just lost all of his units, and Cross still have all of his workers, even though there's a 22 worker difference. He has triple command center. This is Cross's opportunity to recover his base, his economy, and his army size. Cross has somehow magically managed to survive the attack, and in part that is because Trisha was so focused on microing that he wasn't actually building a whole lot here back at home. So now Trisha is going to focus on building as much as he can, spending all his minerals back at home, growing as fast as he can, while he has slight advantage here over Cross. Tries to go in over the bottom side. The tank there protecting the tank. Stays alive. One more shot there on the tank. The Scarab does take it down, and the Reaver Shuttle trying to micro backwards keeps the Reaver Shuttle alive somehow. Like, Trisha is putting a lot of his focus on microing the Reaver Shuttle. It's paying off, but as a result, he's not spending his money back at home as well as he could or should be. Now he's got triple Stargate there in the front, adding on 3 more. He might be going straight into carriers, just completely skipping a ground force. Even though he's been using the triple gateway, he's not planning on going for a 4th, a 5th, or a 6th gateway. He's going straight into carriers. Reavers are loading on the bottom side. Very good position to unload. Very good position to unload because no tanks are here on the bottom to hit those Reavers. So the Reavers will get quite a lot of shots off, but all picks one up, tries to go in all the way, doesn't go for it, decides not to. Hits the tank. Hits the tank again. Goes and tries to get the SCVs, gets a couple SCVs, but most of the SCVs do make their escape. Unloads yet again there. Marines have to run away. Marines are getting clipped out, bugging out. Wraith arrives on the scene. Shuttle gets taken down. Lucky. Very good call there by Cross to use the Wraith to take down the Shuttle, because that could have ended very ugly. The Marines on the bottom corner have also been taken down there by Marines in the bunkers, I assume. Yes, 2 Marines in the bunker took down the Reavers. Cross is somehow staying alive. He's taking a lot of punishment this game, but he is staying alive, and that is what is most impressive here. Cross has made mistakes. Trisha is, I have to admit, spending his minerals very badly. He's being very bad with spending his minerals. He's focused on microing with all of his attention, and you can see that he's rusty. You can see that he's out of shape. Because an in-shape Trisha would not be spending his minerals this poorly. He's out of shape in this game. I can see it. And he's still a very good player, but you can just see that it's not an oiled machine. No, Cross has his moment to go for a comeback here because he survived the hardest part of the game. And he might put some tanks on the high ground here and push for those probes and kill some probes. And he's now on 52 SCVs. He's slowly getting up there. He lost like 5 of them so far on the Reaver drop. He's not using the top command center for production, though. That is a little bit bad, because you really do want to be producing SCVs non-stop against a Protoss player like Trisha. Tries to go for a tank drop. Goes for a tank drop. Probes running to safety. How many is going to kill? He kills only 1 of them. He lost vision of the probes on the minerals, so the tank shot on something random. So that is a lucky break there for Trisha, because he could have lost 12, maybe 24 probes in total. Takes down the tank. He's got some cannons on the bottom side to protect his probes now. And Trisha has a lot of carries on the way. Fleet Beacon is right there in the front. He's got 2 cybernetic cores. Putting his probes back to work now. What are the upgrades on the air units, though? I really want to know. He's got 1-1. I'm going to assume he's got 1 attack as well. If he has 1 armor, 1 shield. So it probably has 1-1-1. I really like to know, but I cannot see what the upgrades are at the moment. And Cross's space is recovering. He's just a couple more supply depots, a 4th command center. He's got a nice amount of factories. I don't know if he knows about the carriers. He's been scanning quite a lot, but I do not at the moment. He knows about the carriers. He knows. He's getting a Karen booster. That is the Goliath range upgrade. And he's going to probably switch into Goliaths any time now, because he's going to need Goliaths to fight against the carriers. But at the moment, he scanned them again. And he only scanned the main. It looks like he doesn't know about the carriers yet, because I do not see a single unit in production that can fight against carriers. The Marines with Stim, they're pretty good. They got 1-1, no level 2 attack on the way there yet, 68 SCVs. He's not making anything for the carriers yet, and he really needs something for the carriers. He's supply blocked, actually. Cross is supply blocked at the moment, and he's not building or constructing any more supply depots at the moment. There he goes. Build some more supply depots. The carriers have shown themselves. Now it's time to start building the anti-air. You gotta build the Goliaths. You gotta build the Valkyries. Valkyries are on the way. He's getting 2 more control towers. He needs to build some Goliaths very quickly, very hastily, because this is a large force of carriers. 9 carriers in total. 4 more on the way. Boy, oh my god. So we have 9, we have 6, we have 15. Another 3 on the way. He's gonna go for like 20 carriers in total. This is going to be very dangerous. He's getting Disruption Web as well. His upgrades are looking pretty good. He's getting level 2 armor almost finished up. Level 2 attack almost finished up as well. And I think level 2... Oh, yes, level 2 shield finished as well. Zealous on 020. He didn't even get any other ground upgrades. He just wanted to get the shield upgrades and then went straight to carrier upgrades. So Marines there are helping out take down the Interceptors. The Marines in that sense are absolutely amazing. Interceptors do not do well against stimmed Marines. If he gets level 2 attack on the Marines, they will be even better against the carrier Interceptors. So the game is looking better than ever for Cross at the moment. Just not a lot of anti-air beside the Marines, and the carriers are going to keep growing in number. And at some point, the carrier upgrades will be too great for your Marines to take down. Or for the Valkyries to take down. Drop there on the top corner. He's going to unload Marines on the low... Reavers on the low ground. Reavers going to take down all the Marines. Huge Scarab shots. Holy moly. The Reavers are absolutely destroying the Marines. Even more Marines going down. The Scarab there at the final shot. Took a while, but takes them down. Yeah, Trisha is doing a really good job here. Now Cross scouts across the hillside and finds that there's, well, some stuff to kill there. Kills the probe. So yeah, Cross still alive. Cross has survived and weathered the storm so far. I want to say it can only get better from this point onwards, but that will be wrong. It can also get much worse. And I think this is the moment where it gets much worse. He has killed so many Marines with the Reavers that now the carriers can comfortably go forward and go straight for the command center. There's not enough Valkyries, not enough Goliaths, not enough repairing as well. The command center is probably going to die very quickly. Look at it go down. It's 2 groups of carriers. Not one, it's 2 groups of carriers. He's trying to repair, but not enough. Loses the command center. And now this might just kill everything in the base, because this is a very strong carrier force with upgrades measuring 221. Oh, so he did have 0 attack upgrades earlier. Yeah, Cross is just going to call GG. Cross just wasn't adequately prepared for the carriers. He scanned quite often, but it looks like he didn't scan this section. And I really think building some Goliaths would have really helped him out. He just completely stopped. He's producing Goliaths now, but the Goliaths came out way too late. He thought the Marines and the Valkyries would do the trick. I think that's what he's thinking. I'm not sure, but he just didn't build the Goliaths in time. If he had the Goliaths much earlier, it would have helped them out a bunch more. Also didn't have a lot of Valkyries. Now do note that Valkyries have 0-0, and 0-0 Valkyries do not do too well against level 2 armor and shield carriers, because it's -6 damage reduction. And the Valkyrie damage with the Halo Rockets is not that high, it's 6 damage. So the Valkyries practically do not do any damage on the carriers at this point, because they just do not have enough damage in the upgrades to even damage the carriers. So we really needed Goliaths. Goliaths in this situation would have been absolutely awesome. Also losing all those Marines there on the top to the Reavers, that sealed the deal. Anyway, that's game number 1, and I got a couple more games lying around, and I'm going to cast them as the week goes on. Game 1, so far, my impression is that Cross made a couple mistakes at the start that almost cost him the game, but he managed to pull himself back together and stay alive much longer than I thought he would. I thought he would die at the 6 to 8 minute Reaver Zealot attacks, because that looked like it was almost over, but somehow he managed to stay alive at that point, and that's impressive. And after that, he caught Trisha not spending his minerals well enough, and he could catch back up, and the game equalized, but Trisha had better upgrades, had a lot of carriers, and eventually did manage to win the game. But so far, I'm liking what I am seeing.